so honored to introduce our next performer. He's one of my best friends. In fact, he drew in my cleavage for me tonight. That's how close we are. God love him. And he's a big accessory whore, just like I am. His earrings stay on. So let's welcome Mr. Paul Jacek.
Excited to be here in the San Fernando Valley. The bedroom of Los Angeles. That's what I first heard when I first came to California. And I have to tell you, if I drop over dead, bury him in this outfit, I feel very attractive. Did you like my belt? It's all that's left of Studio One. In fact, I'm all that's left of Studio One. You know, it was funny. This morning, I was getting ready to go to work. I go to work now, which is kind of exciting. And, you know, I live an enchanted life. It doesn't happen for everyone, because not everyone, I guess, is having the kind of life I have. I woke up this morning, and the sun was coming up, and I walked to my window and opened it. They are French doors. And I looked out into the world, because I live in Hollywood also. Glamorous. Woodland animals came in to help me dress. I see none of you doubt this. But it wasn't always that way. You know, I grew up in Colorado.
We're traveling. This is a gentleman that actually has come from sports entertainment. You might know him from several places. He has a film that's coming out very soon. It's called Night Canvas. I personally know him from the sports entertainment world when he was a senior member of the Betty Davis marching drill team. One of my personal favorites. And that's absolutely true, by the way. That's not a lie, that's absolutely true. Many of you may know Paul as a stand-up comedian, but just recently he's been exploring new areas and new territory, and he's become a performance artist. So please, welcome Mr. Paul Jacek.
I don't know why I'm frightened. I know my way around here. Mama? On behalf of the American Musical Theater and art everywhere, we welcome Donna. I don't know, it's always been a little bit different being a big old fag, you know? Because, you know, I had a guy once say to me, God, Paul, you're so butch until you open your mouth. But it's been my experience that butch in the streets, Nelly in the sheets. So, there you go. Straight men always go, You know what else I heard? I heard this on the way to work the other morning. This is when you know the planet is in serious trouble. There was a woman caught at JFK Airport in New York, going to London, carrying a dead baby. I'm carrying a dead baby. Why would you carry that when you could check it? Look at it this way, it's going to be tagged one way or the other. In fact, I was on a blind date okay, those are fun no matter what your persuasion is, you know, because you have all your best manners on, and so do they, so that you can impress the other person with who you really aren't. And he said, "Hey, Wally, I'm going to take you to a place you've probably never been before." And I thought, I've been a Mary Kay beauty consultant, you can't scare me. It's a full-time job being a stereotype. I don't know if you know that. So I thought, I'm pretty game for anything. We end up at the Richard Nixon Library in Yorba Linda. You know, and I went to the Bullocks-Wilshire Charm School, so I'm trying to be very kind of looking at the architecture. He only had to restrain me a couple of times during the film strip where they talked about being our elder statesman, because I'm old enough to see Watergate, and it's getting a little tense, and we walked outside into the Tricia Nixon Cox Rose Garden. I just like saying that. Tricia Nixon Cox Rose Garden. And it was right near the very gazebo where she was married. And he said, "Hey, Wally, I think we should just be friends." I said, "With whom?" This getting older is kind of fun, though. No one prepares you for this. I started noticing it a couple of years ago, like policemen are now younger than I am, and doctors are younger than I am, and Playgirl centerfolds are younger than I am. And my knee was bothering me a little bit, so I went to the doctors, and he said, "Well, Mr. Jacek, we discovered there's a little arthritis in that knee." And I went, "At my age?" He said, "Well, you are 35, you are middle-aged." All these stars that have problems, you know, who can you look up to anymore? I don't know. I mean, I didn't have any role models, if you don't count Paul Lind in the center square. But anyway, this big old redneck comes up to me there at the Air Force Academy and said, so what do you want me to call you? Do you want to be a queer or a homo or what? And I said, why don't you just call me Paul Jacek? Thank you all for coming out.